you ready, Philby?
Yep, ready to go.
I like your jumper.
Hawaii.
How funny are you? You're wearing your Hawaii jumper and you've got your Aloha mug. A little too much Hawaii?
Wasn't planned. Just love Hawaii.
Sponsored by Hawaii. I wish we were sponsored by Hawaii.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Oh, totally. Awesome.
Okay, let's get started. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Queen of Sheba. I'm joined by Phil again, and he's so excited to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, I just did a call out on Instagram about an hour ago, and I've already got about 85 questions that have come through. I don't know if we're going to get through 85 of them. First question, Aza Abi. Asabi asks, do you plan on having children?
Of course we do.
Absolutely. We would love to have children.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm not pregnant. I always feel like I need to say that. But yes, we would love to have kids. I think Phil would be an amazing dad. That's where you say, and you would be an amazing mum.
And you,
Yeah.
you would be an incredible mother.
Oh, thank you, Phil.
You would be. No,
Yeah,
you
thanks.
love kids, and kids love you.
They do, yeah. Phil, this question for you. What do you do for a living?
I'm a musician. I'm a guitarist, producer, performer, entertainer, events consultant, coordinator. Really, pretty much anything to do with entertainment. That's me.
Yeah, comedian.
Producer of the Queen of Sheba YouTube channel.
He does a lot of my filming and he's very good at it.
Yeah.
And he puts up with a lot of my rubbish.
No, not much rubbish.
Gizalaine Galali, Alilu Gazali. Hello guys, first question. Do you plan to get another pet?
Wow, amazing timing. No.
Will you be coming to Morocco?
We'd love to.
Could you imagine? We've never been to Morocco.
Yeah.
You haven't been, have you?
No, but I've got friends from there and they say it's amazing.
It'd be amazing. One day we will come to Morocco. Favourite YouTubers is another question from Azabi again. I have a couple of favourite YouTubers actually. I guess Essie Button is one of my faves, Fleur de Force. And actually just yesterday I discovered a new, well actually we both discovered a new YouTube channel, didn't we? Her name is Mimi Icon. I love her channel. We found her videos yesterday because her and her husband Alex were doing a vlog in New York. And it was so amazing. Their editing skills put ours to shame because I do all about editing and I'm not very good at it, but they're
very professional.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, and she's a really lovely girl and I think she's only about 27, but my gosh, she has it all going on. She's gorgeous. She works really, really hard. Very inspiring. I'll actually link to her channel below, so definitely go and follow her. So yeah, they're a couple of my favorite YouTubers that I have at the moment. Okay, question for you, Phil. It's from SB Forever. And she asks, when are you planning to perform in America?
Probably not anytime soon because things are pretty busy out here, but dead keen to do some shows back over there. Love the audiences in the States, really appreciative. Would love to do a tour. Any bands out there that want an awesome guitarist? Sounds so arrogant, awesome guitarist. I guess we've just been back from America. Just gotten back from America and they kind of talk themselves up a bit more.
It's a bit of a different vibe in the States. In Australia, we tend to talk ourselves down and we are very scared of the tall poppy syndrome here, which means if you rise too high to success or fame very quickly,
or you celebrate it at all.
Yeah, then people in Australia do like to cut you down very quickly and that's called the tall poppy syndrome. So we tend to kind of play it down in Australia. We're very chilled out and relaxed, but we have just got back from America and Americans are amazing because they're so positive all the time and they're really good at just, I guess, just selling themselves.
Yeah, self-promotion.
But not in an arrogant way.
No, just confident.
In a genuine way.
Yeah.
We could learn a lot from Americans, I think. Yeah.
So if anyone in America wants a confident guitarist,
call Phil.
Yeah.
Question from Getty Confetti. Gretty Confetti, that's a cool name. Are you from a wealthy family?
No.
No, I wish we were.
No, I don't. No, I love our families.
Yeah, our families are awesome. And no, we weren't born into money. No one has given us our life on a silver platter.
No.
Everything that we have, we've had to work really hard for. We didn't have much money when we got married.
No, but we worked really hard and, you know, this one is my inspiration. She doesn't stop working. She's a workaholic.
I am a workaholic. Ooh, but it's fun. I don't feel like I work a lot of the time because I love what I do. So it doesn't feel like work, it's just our life. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, here's a good question from Melissa.
Suave.
Melissa Suave. What advice would you both give to your 16-year-old selves? Good question.
Do you want to start with that one?
Sure. I'll always start.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say to myself, chill out and just relax. It's all going to be okay. I was such a worrier at 16. I still am a little bit of a worrier, but I'm getting better. In fact, this is what I sort of spoke about at my TEDx talk recently was be the warrior, not the worrier. And I would tell my 16-year-old self just to chill out, relax and enjoy life. I was so serious all the time. And it was all about, you know, my career and working really hard, which is great. I wouldn't change that, but I would maybe try to have a little bit more fun if I was 16 again.
And I would probably tell my 16-year-old self to just keep doing exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, talk about polar opposites here. I was too serious when I was 16 and you probably could have afforded to be a little bit more serious.
Yeah, probably. It was all about having fun and having a good time.
Girls.
Probably work a little harder on the skills. But then, you know, I have no regrets. In fact, I don't think I've stopped being 16. So I suppose that what would I say to myself now is just work harder. Just keep working harder and harder.
I'd probably tell myself to not work as hard.
Yeah.
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 Do you like that? I felt like I was nodding throughout your whole thing,
Yeah.
but then it just dawned on me, I wasn't actually alive when you were 16. So like I was sitting here nodding going, yeah, you were like that. And then I was like, one, I didn't know you then, and why didn't I know you? Oh, because I wasn't born when you were 16.
Okay, a little weird.
Oh dear, okay. Next question is from Globe Spun, and they ask, if you had to live on a beer budget, how would you maintain your champagne lifestyle?
I'm happy just with beer, thanks.
I'm probably the only one in this relationship that enjoys a champagne lifestyle. Feels pretty easygoing and chilled out.
Yeah.
He'd probably be happy just living in a
Caravan?
tent. Yes, in a caravan. This is a story for another time, but very quickly, Phil called me at the hairdresser's the other day and said, I have the best news, I'm so excited. And I said, oh, what's happened? And he said,
I bought a vintage caravan and I'm going to do it up.
and I was like, did you want to have a chat about this first?
Oh no, it was really cheap. It needs a bit of work. But this is my thing, is I love to have a little hobby and a passion.
I can't wait to go on your caravan.
Beer budget, awesome food. I'm going to do it up a little bit like the Lady Cave.
You're going to do the caravan up like my wardrobe?
Inside it's going to look really all kind of cream and white and
Marble?
No marble. Marble will crack on the long trips.
So yeah,
It's gonna look beautiful.
Phil bought a caravan, and you can see my excitement. So Phil has no problem living on a beer budget.
No.
I'm not a camper, not really something that I enjoy, but I'm going to try to get into it because it's all about experiencing new things.
Totally.
How would I, you know what, I play it up a little bit, but I don't mind doing things on the cheap. I mean, we certainly have done heaps of things on the cheap in the past. You know, for me, it's all about just moments and enjoying the simple pleasures in life, you know. I remember on our last trip to America, I woke up super early in LA and also New York just to watch the sunrise, and for me that's one of my best memories from our overseas trip, you know. Yeah, it's just small pleasures, I think. So I'm actually okay on a beer budget, but it's all about just, I don't know, being together and you know, enjoying lovely food that we've cooked in our home and just hanging out together and enjoying the small things.
Yeah, like a beer.
Okay, next question is from Lorette Chetham, and she asks, how do you manage to run a business and how do you be a great wife? What does it come down to? Wow, that's a good question. I guess it comes down to having an awesome husband.
And that's all you really need to say right there. That's all it takes. Someone who I really understand my wife and I understand what she does. And the fact that she's a workaholic, runs her own company and is pretty much on 24/7, it sort of takes a kind of, I really have to be very understanding. I don't think a lot of guys would be up for it.
No, I've had boyfriends in the past that could not hack it at all because sometimes I'm in the office for 22 hours. You know, if you're on a deadline or we have a pitch that we need to prepare for, and it really comes down to this guy picking the right partner that is going to be understanding of, I guess, the work that you have or that you do. And, you know, we play different roles in our relationship. You know, I'm out there working and working really long hours, and Phil's out there working really long hours as well, especially when you're on tour. But Phil...
But I do a lot of the cooking at home. I love cooking, and I love creating awesome temptations in the kitchen for when you come home.
That is the
especially
best
comfort
thing.
food.
Oh my gosh, when I've had like a super full-on week and I come home at the end of the week, especially if I've been traveling interstate, Phil will get my pajamas out and lay them on the bed and get a hot water bottle ready for me because I have a really bad back.
Well, this is not every night.
But like if I've had a particularly big
Yeah.
week, like you did this on Friday for me when I came back from Sydney, and then he'll have like this amazing dinner ready and I'll walk in the door, he's like, champagne? I'm like, yes.
And there's a lot of give and take as well, because I'll then go out on the road for 3 months.
Right.
So,
yeah.
you know.
And we don't kind of have set roles either. I feel like our roles are kind of, we share roles. Like sometimes Phil will be the really strong one when I'm being a little bit weak, and then vice versa. Like there's no kind of upper hand in our relationship. We both kind of have it. You know, like Phil is the only one that can pull me into line and tell me when I'm being ridiculous, which is a lot of the time. And he's really been the only guy in my life that's been able to do that, apart from my dad. My dad's very good at pulling me into line. But yeah, and then vice versa. I tell Phil when he's being a prima donna, like a lot of musicians can be.
It's not often though. Hey, don't tear apart his coat.
Oh, Bowie.
Bowie, come here. Bring it here. Don't you tear it apart.
Bowie's in trouble. Poor little Harry. Harry got shaved the other day. Oh, Harry got shaved the other day, and so we had to buy him this little jumper to keep him warm. And Bowie thinks it's funny to
I'll put it on him.
to tear it off him. Question. I hope that answers your question. I don't know. What does it come down to? Understanding and respect for each other. I think at the end of the day. Just being the team. Okay, next question is from In Bloom 2009, and they ask, what kind of planner, agenda, and inserts do you have? Oh, Harry, you're so clever. What kind of agenda do I have? I have 2 agendas. I have a Louis Vuitton agenda, which I never use. In fact, I'm thinking of selling it because an ex-boyfriend purchased that for me, and I just don't feel right using it.
I have a hidden agenda. I have a hidden agenda.
What's your hidden agenda?
My hidden agenda is for the Queen of Sheba to fall in love with vintage caravans.
Oh.
That's my hidden agenda.
So the agenda that I am using at the moment is from Kiki K, and it's just a little cheapie, and I love it. I really like writing things in. I'm not very good at using the calendar on my phone. I like to write it in and tick things off. Sorry, Harry. As I go. How do you stay revitalized and healthy while traveling? Good question. Because if you saw some of our vlogs when we were in America, we do eat a lot when we're away, and we are pretty indulgent. But what we do...
Yeah, some people think that's all we do is sit around and eat.
No.
But on these trips, we get to have food that is a little bit different to over here in Australia. So like when we were in New York last, we had chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles. Fried chicken and waffles with maple syrup.
Awesome.
It was pretty amazing.
But that's different. Like they don't have that here.
Yeah, we don't have that here. And I think the main thing when traveling, we walk everywhere. So in New York, we were averaging about
10 k's a day?
10 k's. Oh, I think it was more than 10 k's a day because we were walking about between 6 and 10 hours some days.
Yeah.
It was pretty full on, wasn't it?
So lots of walking.
So lots of walking. And I always try to go to the gym as well when I'm overseas. It's really good for jet lag as well, just to get into the gym and just go for it and sweat out the jet lag.
Anxiety burns off a lot of calories as well. Anxiety.
I have anxiety.
Getting excited and
Yeah.
anxious and nervous about things.
Yeah,
that
but you
tends to-
don't get anxious and nervous about much.
No.
I'm the anxious one in our relationship. Maybe I should do a separate video on how I cope with being a very anxious
We go to the
person.
gym. We go to the gym too.
Yeah, we do go to the gym. So leave a comment below if you want me to do a video on being anxious and how I overcome being a very anxious person. The next question is from NMOO, and they ask, what are your next luxury purchases? And also for Phil, who was your favourite musician to play with?
Favourite musician to play with? Well, there's a few of those. One would be my sister, Kate. Played with her for 25 years, and we've obviously got that family connection, and when we play together it's magic. More recently is the guy I'm working with at the moment and have been for nearly the last 2 years, is James Rain. He's an incredible singer and songwriter, and the other guitarist in James Rain's band, my mate Freddie Kingman, we are connected at the hip. We're just like...
they're like brothers. And when they're on stage playing guitar, it's like they don't even have to look at each other. They just have this thing. Yeah. It's so beautiful to watch.
And Burgerman is actually on YouTube. Brett Kingman, Burgerman 666.
I'll leave his details below for you. So if you have any husbands that are into guitars, go and check out the Burgerman.
Oh yeah.
Because he is an awesome guitarist. Question from Christy Loves Purses, nice name. If you weren't a rock star and PR genius, what would you both be doing in your careers? That's a good question.
I think I would have kept pursuing acting, because that's what I love.
Yeah.
It's acting.
I probably would have done a couple of things. I probably would have got into real estate. I love real estate. That's how I kind of relax at the end of the day, is like going on the real estate websites and looking at apartments in New York and Paris and, you know, different places around Melbourne.
Some people do this with their sunglasses. Is that a look?
No.
It's really not cool.
No, maybe you should take that off.
No, why do they do that?
Let's just take it off. Actually, do you know what I would have loved to have been?
What?
A spy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a private investigator, something like that. That would have been fun. Not really a question for Phil, but I'm sure he would be funny and answer this question as well. This is from Classy Trace, and she asked, what is your secret to fantastic nails? They always look great. Thanks, Classy Trace.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, actually, I have, what are they called?
Acrylics?
No.
What do you call them? Gels.
No.
Oh yeah. What's that stuff called that they paint on?
I'll be so impressed if you get this.
Yeah, it's called shellac.
Well done, Phil. A question is from KWS Styling. How do you both keep your relationship healthy?
Lots of sex.
Well, we're going to edit that bit out. I think communication is really key for us, definitely, because we are apart a lot of the time. I think it's really important to communicate and also to be interested in each other's lives.
And also having emotional discipline and picking your battles.
Pick your battles, peeps.
And if you feel that fire coming up, go for a walk. Because if you follow that road and you follow it often, becomes a bad habit.
It does. Yeah, it's just habit, isn't it? We don't like to bicker. We're both very sensitive within our own relationship with each other.
Too sensitive.
And Phil's a little bit more sensitive than me.
Because I'm a sensitive artist.
It's true. He is. He'll get upset for days if I'm mean to him, so I try not to be.
I still am upset about something that happened a couple of days ago.
Yesterday? Because I got angry at you.
Yeah, for buying Caravan.
I did. But we're over that now,
Yeah.
aren't we? I get over things really quickly, and
I know.
Phil holds on to them.
I'm like Harry.
Yeah.
And, also spoil each other a lot.
Yeah.
Even when you don't feel like it, do it. Spoil each
I
other.
always feel like spoiling you.
Okay.
What is that?
Well, sometimes you won't be in the mood to give your other half a shoulder rub. Do it anyway. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. Next
It's
question.
kind of your duty. You kind of
Is
agreed
it?
to that when you got married.
Okay. Yeah. Good one. Okay. This next question is from Classy Trace, and she thinks that we should start a "if I was in your shoes" type advice video Should I leave my permanent full-time teaching job so I can move to my dream city, which is Brisbane? I read all these motivating quotes all the time, but reality stops me. Another question I would have is, do you know of friends or family that had success with online dating? I'm just so stuck in life, but I want to change it and I don't know how. Okay, well, first off, yes, I do know someone that has, actually I know quite a few people that have found their partner via online dating. My sister actually met her husband on
One of those online dating
sites.
things.
Yeah, and they're very happy and they've just had a little boy, and they're, more than happy. So yeah, I would totally recommend the online dating thing.
I would think that the online dating thing at the start was a bit sort of weird.
Yeah,
it's
a bit strange.
I think it's very legitimate these days because people are so busy.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have to do that slog of going out to bars and.
Yeah, it's a bit tacky.
Yeah.
I never met any nice guys at bars, or the nice guys that I always met were through friends or from work.
No, so it can be a really good thing.
Yeah, go for it, Classy Trace. I reckon you should get online and get dating for sure. The other question was, should you leave your permanent job to go and move to your dream city? My motto is that if it scares me, then that is a good enough reason that I have to do it. It usually means that I'm on the right track.
Yeah. Follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know much about that world.
Teaching industry.
Yeah, but maybe get a full-time teaching job in Brisbane.
But look, I think if you can set it up and do a plan and step-by-step plan of how you're going to get there, then just go for it. I mean, what have you got to lose? I mean, worst case scenario, you don't get a job, it all turns to shit, and you have to move back to where you came from.
Yeah.
That's not so bad. Failing's actually really good. I
yeah.
embrace failing.
Totally. I've failed a lot.
Yeah, but but failing's fine. I mean, I've failed a lot in my work life as well, and some of the best lessons I've ever learned were through failure. So I think go for it, Classic Trace. Yeah, go for it. The next question is from Cato Robbio. And she says, I love you and Phil, thank you. She thinks we're awesome.
So do I.
Seriously?
I'm just confident, no?
You're really taking this American thing on a little bit too much.
Well, I just think we are awesome. I love us.
I do love us. Anyway, her question is, how do you handle your money as a couple? Any tips on how to save and not stress out about money, and how to compromise on a budget between a spender and a saver? Would you recommend a joint account as a married couple?
See, all of this is like another language to me. It's all written in another language. I don't know any of that or what that means.
I pretty much control the finances in our relationship, and I think it's good if one of you is more interested in that side of things. It's definitely, I'm more interested in the finance type of stuff. Phil is cool to go along with whatever I kind of say.
Yeah.
Because I don't know much about investments or how to run finances, so I hire the right people to give me good advice on those sort of things. And I think if you don't know much about something, then hire people.
Outsource.
Outsource and seek the opinion of the professionals. So we have a financial advisor, we have really good accountants that help us manage our money and investments, and we kind of just talk about it and we take advice from the experts because, well, we're not experts in the finance industry, that's for sure. I'm good at making money and I'm good at spending money, but I'm not so good at managing it, so we get help with that, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, question from I Heart Snow, and they asked, would you seriously consider moving to New York City, and would you ever come to Colorado?
I've heard great things about Colorado.
Can you believe?
Boulder.
Oh, I would love to go to Colorado. Can you believe I've never seen snow? Isn't that outrageous? It's crazy. So I think Phil promised me this week that we're going to go to the snow this winter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
I've never seen snow. It's crazy. So yes, we'd love to go to Colorado. And would we seriously consider moving? Yes, absolutely, we would. I think for us, you've got to have a purpose, though. I think recently when we went to America. Hi Harry. We came to the realization that it's great to travel and it's great to see new countries and experience new things. But for us, because we are very much workaholics, we do feel like you need to have a purpose when you're in a city. That's what makes it really valuable, because when we went to America, the reason we went there was because I was doing the TEDx talk, and that was great. It was great to have a purpose, wasn't it?
Totally.
Yeah. So we would definitely move to New York or LA. Probably LA is actually more on the cards at the moment.
Yeah.
And would definitely move there, but we'd have to have a purpose. Yeah. Okay, next question is from Missy Omi. And they ask, what is your purpose of making all these YouTube videos? Good question. You know what? It's just so much fun. And I spoke about this at my TEDx talk as well. I started YouTube because it was actually a little fear project of mine. I was really, really scared in front of the camera. I was actually a very anxious person. I still am an anxious person. And I found that the YouTube community was one that I could connect with. And I've met so many awesome people through YouTube. But the best thing about YouTube for me is that it's given me a hobby outside my work life. So it's given me this awesome opportunity to get outside this obsessive workhead that I'm constantly in. And it's given me a hobby to, just have fun and do something completely outside my comfort zone. And in doing so, I've met some amazing people. It's something that Phil and I can do together, which is really fun. And I've just made some awesome friends. And when you step outside that comfort zone, I think amazing opportunities come to you.
Cho Lang, what's the longest you've gone without seeing each other? 3 weeks?
Yeah, when was that?
That was when you went to LA.
Oh yeah, probably about 3 weeks. I had to go to LA for work.
When you get married, that's it. You're together, whether you're in sickness or in health, and whether you're together or apart. It's just the way it is. You've kind of made a contract.
Yeah.
And so when you were in LA doing meetings and doing stuff over there, it's like, well, it's business as usual.
Yeah.
And I just thought about something, and you kind of only make it as difficult as you want to make it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people give each other a hard time, especially over the phone when they're apart, and it's really kind of pointless because you just have to be supportive of each other and what you do, and be understanding of what it is that you both do together and separately.
Yeah. And I think it's important that we both have our own interests and our own hobbies, and we have our own life within us being a couple as well. I'm really busy with my work and Phil's really busy with his. And so if Phil's away, the last thing I'm going to do is give him grief over the phone because he's working and he's got to go and do his thing. I'm not going to put him in a bad mood before he goes on stage, and vice versa. Phil's not going to put me in a bad mood before I have to go to a huge meeting.
If there's nothing that the other person far away can't help you with, then don't give them the problem.
Yeah.
Here's a question from Ross3SS. Is Phil Mexican? And I get this a lot. I could probably pass for maybe South American, Mexican maybe.
Maybe.
My background is Filipino-Spanish on my dad's side, and my mother's Anglo. But it's interesting when we go to America, especially when we're in New York and we go into some of the fancy shops, and I'm carrying all of Ange's bags, and I'm dressed just like, you know, she's dressed up to the nines and I just look kind of shabby or whatever. I think they think that I'm maybe your hired sort of manservant.
You kind of are.
What?
Okay, so next question is from the Red House 19, and they ask, I just got promoted and will be managing a team of 6 people with lots of experience who are older than me. Any tips and advice? I'm a bit nervous. Well done on your promotion. That is awesome. Any tips or advice? You know what? Just be confident in your ability. You obviously got promoted for a reason because you're great at your job. And look, I feel a little bit like this sometimes too, because a lot of the people that I work with are often much, much older than me, and I'm managing people that are older than me as well. And you just have to have confidence in your skill and ability, and just be a great person. And you know, read lots of books on how to manage people, but just follow your gut and just go with it, I say.
Yeah, and I always like when, if I'm being managed by someone younger than me, I tend to connect well with them if they show some interest in me.
Yeah, be interested in the people that you're managing as well. Find out what makes them tick, because what I've realised is that some people are driven by different things. Some people can be very driven by money and luxurious goods. And, you know, some of my team love money and love being rewarded with money,
bonuses and things
bonuses like or, you know, luxury handbags, things like that. And then other people in my team just do it because they would rather be rewarded with more responsibility. So find out what makes people tick, and then you can reward them with things that they actually really respect and appreciate, you know. Next question. From Snifty.
Oh, this is a good one. Any plans to come to England? Well, we were just talking about that, and I think that's going to be, London's going to be our next place. I've got a very good friend, my good friend Brucey, over there, and his family, his lovely family, and we would love to go and visit them and do a bit of a sort of a walk around London and look at great stuff. And how's the way I'm looking over the top of my glasses like one of those old guys?
Take them off, Phil.
It's gotten to that point where I have to actually wear glasses.
Okay, get on with it.
The last question is from...
It's from Classy Raver. That is a cool name, Classy Raver. She asked Birkin, yay or nay? Well, I know what I'm going to answer to that. What are you going to answer to the Birkin?
Okay, there is only one answer to this, and that is that in a perfect world, Birkin, yay.
Wow, Phil.
Really, you should be striving every day to create for each other a perfect world.
Right.
So that means that you're going to have goals, and you're going to have things that are sort of, it's maybe a little bit harder to attain, but go for them. You know, and create that perfect world. Create that place where you can achieve those things. So why not?
Yeah, a Birkin is definitely on my wish list. I'd love to have a Birkin, but I want to have that amazing Hermes Birkin experience, and I haven't been offered a Birkin as yet.
Offered?
Phil doesn't believe in this. He thinks it's a scam.
It's a total scam.
And it kind of is. And yeah, one day I would love to have a Birkin. I'd love to be in the Hermes store, and they say, oh, would you like to come this way? We've got a little something out the back that you might be interested in.
Yes, and you know, I think that if that's the thing you dig, then go for it.
Go for it, yeah. So Birkin is a big yay from me, absolutely. Okay, that's all we have time for. I'm so sorry if we didn't get to your question, but we are going to do more Q&A videos in the future, aren't we? Yeah, so maybe like once a month or once every 2 months. Leave a comment below and let us know if you want us to do more of these. We certainly will. So it is goodbye from us, goodbye from Harry, Phil and David Bowie in the background, and thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. See?
Bye.
Bye.